Teaching ESL writing online and need something quick to review a grammar point? This free tool might just be your new secret weapon. I'm Megan. I'm an ESL teacher and a curriculum creator, and I've taught hundreds of online writing lessons, and trust me, sometimes you need a fast, interactive way to review a specific grammar point. And in an ideal world, you don't have to prepare that yourself. By the end of this video, you'll know how to use Edpuzzle to save prep time and boost comprehension. Most teachers don't realize how powerful it is for writing lessons. Edpuzzle takes any video, YouTube or your own, and lets you add questions, audio, or pauses. Plus, you can track student answers. More importantly, Edpuzzle has a whole section of videos known as Edpuzzle Originals. Edpuzzle Originals have a whole section of grammar videos that are awesome. They explain the concept, they're broken down into little tiny chunks, and then there's questions in there that students can answer. If you teach writing, you know students need grammar review and examples. I'm working with a student and I get their paper and I review it and we work together and we talk about the things that they need to fix. And whether it's verb tense or linking words or conjunctions or making more complex sentences, there's always something that I can pick out and say, this is the one problem that I really want to address today. Often I don't know what that problem is until I've seen their writing homework. And sometimes that writing homework doesn't get submitted to me until right before my class when I'm ready to look at it. And so if you teach writing, you know that, right? You know students need grammar review, they need examples. Here's how Edpuzzle helps you. You can use videos to model grammar and context. You can add open-ended writing prompts, and you can assign pre-writing videos to save class time. Have you ever used Edpuzzle in your ESL classes before? Or is this totally new? Drop a comment below and let me know how you'd use it. Let me show you how to get started in 3 easy steps. So step 1, search for a video, like how to write a paragraph, how to work with conjunctions. Customize it with questions or voice notes, or use it as it is. And step 3, assign it to your student with 1 click. Bonus, you can use it for homework or flipped lessons or review. So you don't necessarily need to watch the video in class. It can be something that is self-explanatory and they can work on it on their own. And you can still monitor whether or not they've watched the video and what their answers were and what their understanding was. So let's take a look at what this looks like and how you might use this in your classroom. I've logged into Edpuzzle, and right away you're going to see that I've got lots of options under Discover. So the very first thing that I might do is maybe I'm teaching students how to write a paragraph. And so I'm going to search for paragraph, and I'm just going to see what might be there that's already made by another teacher. And you'll notice there are lots of things that pop up. I'm going to scroll down, see if there's something that really appeals to me and might be age appropriate for my students. And I'm like, oh, this looks like Brain Pop, and I love Brain Pop in my classroom. So I'm going to jump over to this video, and sure enough, it is a Brain Pop video. Now this particular video does not have any questions on it, it's just the video. But maybe I want to have some questions. I'm going to just mute the sound for us. Or turn it down really low. And I'm going to take a look. So I could use this as it is. I could also just go to YouTube, obviously, and find a video if I wanted to use it as it is. Or what I can do is I can come up here and I can click Edit to create my own version. When I create my own version, I still get the same video. And I don't necessarily want to cut it or add voiceover, but I do want to add some questions. So we're going to pop the video on. And I'm just going to slide along here a bit and say
an idea and supporting details that back up the main idea. Before I start writing, I take notes and gather ideas. Now I'm ready to write a topic sentence. But what is a topic sentence?
All right. So maybe before I want to get into the topic sentence, I want to ask a question. So what should you do first before you start writing your paragraph? And I'm going to pick some ideas. So I'm going to say brainstorm ideas, make notes. Brainstorm ideas and make notes about your topic. Maybe I'm going to go with ask your friend what to write. And I'm going to add another answer choice. And I'm going to add just start writing. So in this case, and based on what they've also heard in the video, the correct answer is going to be brainstorm ideas and make notes about your topic. So I'm just going to select that as correct. This one I'm going to make sure is marked wrong, and this one is marked wrong. And I'm going to hit save. And so now you'll notice I have this little raindrop on the timeline of my video. I can keep watching the video and I can add as many questions as I want. So for topic sentences, maybe I want to add examples of good topic sentences. It really just depends. You also notice you have a choice of open-ended, multiple choice, or notes. And so these are all things that you can include. So I'm going to just hit finish. So we've added one question, and now we have this video that we could use as a preview activity before the lesson. So that's one way that I use Edpuzzle. I'm going to just come back here to the home, and I'm going to go to Discover again. And I'm going to search for a topic that I might have my students write. So I've been working with one of my students on endangered species. We just did a speaking lesson from Florenti's Learning on that. And maybe now I want to have them do a writing task. And so maybe I want to have them write about ways that we can protect polar bears or why polar bears are endangered. And so I want to give them a little bit more information about polar bears. And also this is a great way to practice their listening skills. So I'll see here Nat Geo Wild. I always like these ones from National Geographic. And you'll notice it already contains 7 questions. So the work is done for me. So I'm just going to go to this one. I'm going to obviously preview it before I give it to my students. But as a general rule, these are all made by teachers. They're great. I can preview some of the questions down the side. So you'll notice here the 7 questions. I can now see they're all multiple choice. And if I click on the actual question, the little raindrops along the bottom, you'll see a polar bear's fur is not white, it's transparent. What does transparent mean? So the one thing that I will caution is that sometimes there's spelling mistakes, and I'm really particular. I don't like students to have a video that has spelling mistakes in it. So I always double check the questions to make sure that they're okay. If they aren't, I can always click edit and I can modify it for myself, or I can look for another one that might work. I might decide that this one's okay, or maybe I decide that this one is a little bit too scientific for my students and I can go back and look again. Now, the third way I use this, and I use this a lot on the fly, is for grammar. And if I come in here to Edpuzzle Originals, Edpuzzle Originals have been made by Edpuzzle for teachers to use. And there are tons of videos in here, lots of topics. If you're teaching other subjects like math or science, I teach some science, there's some really great science things in here. So I'm going to come to language, arts, and literacy. And what I want to show you is the information available here. So these, remember, are done for you. They are ready to use. They are fun. They're engaging. They're awesome. And what you'll see is we have grammar and word study and vocabulary acquisition. So if you were teaching students about figurative language in your writing class, maybe similes or metaphors, if we check out, there's 9 videos related to figurative language. And you'll see here we've got all of the options. So if you want to do metaphors or similes or oxymorons or personification or puns, oodles of things to choose from. They're all fairly short. They're usually 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and they will have questions in them. And you can see how many questions there are in the video from the little number beside the raindrops. So that is another one, is those ready to use, done for you ones. Now, one of the things that I use a lot is their Edpuzzle grammar videos. So I've gone through an essay with a student and the student has mistakes, and it's okay, this is the #1 grammar rule that I really want to focus on based on their writing today. And so I will quickly jump over into my Edpuzzle and I will say, okay, my issue today is with respect to adjectives. I want them to do more descriptive writing, and so we want to work on adjectives. And here you'll see choosing the correct adjective, choose an adjective given a category, correct order, comparative, superlative adjectives. So lots of choices in here, but maybe I just want a really basic introduction one. And so I'm going to start with the identify adjectives. When I go to use this in my classroom, I will probably just be logged into Edpuzzle because that's the easiest for me, but you don't have to be. You can also hit the share preview and you can grab this link and you can put it into your lesson plan or into your co-browser so it's ready to go. And it's going to take me right to this video. You'll notice that this video is 5 minutes and 21 seconds long. I have a bunch of multiple choice questions. I can see what they are, right? What are the nouns in the sentence? What is an adjective that describes spike? What are the nouns in this sentence? And we're telling them select 2, select 3. What are the adjectives? So I could use this in class as a learning activity, or I could use this as a preview or a review activity for my class as well. And just so that you understand how fun these grammar videos are, I'm just going to hit play for a sec.
Let's get some special treats to celebrate a week of hard work. I'm going to get a milkshake.
And you'll see that they're cartoon-based, they're fun,
you
they're
don't know what it's
colorful.
called? Describe it to me.
And
Cold,
they typically have
pink,
this
strawberry
alien
ice cream,
and then a character.
humongous. You can get 1 cone. Good job using adjectives to describe the ice cream you wanted. Adjectives. Words like cold, pink, and humongous are all
And
adjectives.
you'll notice that the description is
or
really
words that
good. It's
describe
well done,
nouns, ice
and they
cream.
explain what they are
So
and how
if
we
you
use
have
them.
a word that
Let's just take a
describes
quick look
person.
at one of the questions, and it'll give you an idea. We're finding adjectives now. So spike is sad because the cone was small. And so we start with the first question is just what are the nouns in this sentence? And we need to select 2. And we have spike and we have a cone. If we're not sure, we can rewatch, and it goes back 10, 15 seconds depending where the answer is. And we've got that question right. We continue.
Spike is a noun because he's a person or alien. And cone is a noun because it's a thing. What is the adjective that describes Spike?
So now we're asked to pick an adjective that describes spike. And from the same sentence, we have sad.
Sad is the adjective describing Spike. Sad is a feeling, and feelings are adjectives. In this sentence, there's also another adjective.
So you get the idea. There's lots of really great things already available, already done for you. Now, the nice thing about this is, as a general rule, you can do everything you need to do on a free teacher account. So you don't need to have a paid account. And I am going to drop my link for Edpuzzle in the description below. It is a referral link, but what that does is it will give you an extra 3 free videos. So when you sign up for a new teacher account, it allows you to make 20 videos for free. And if you use a referral link like the one below, you'll get 23 videos for free. And as a disclosure, I also get an extra 3 videos that I can use in my classroom. Now you'll notice here I've used 8 of 38 videos. So truthfully, most of the time I find something that I need and I don't have to modify it. Want to try this out in your next lesson? I wrote a full blog post on 5 creative ways to use Edpuzzle in your online ESL classroom. You can check it out at the link in the description. And don't forget, grab my free guide, 10 ways to boost engagement in online ESL classes. Links below.